time where they try to actually pull away, and when they saw that response from the side of Team Respot, they ended up doing the same thing as well. So this is something we are seeing, that can they actually do the same case here for our second match? Because again, if Team Rift Esport pull through again with a success, they will be the first team to get a 2-0 to move in for round number 2. But Team SV, they got to do something. They got to go back to the drawing boards of what they've seen. Coming up for the banning, back again with Hayabusa out of the picture. We do see from the side of Rift Esport as well, Jushin, Soyu, the typical, as well as Alpha coming out as well. So this is a typical banning off, as well as Chip taken out from the process from both teams.
Yeah, but there are still a lot of premium picks in the pool, right? You can still go for the Nolan. You can still go for a lot of the premium junglers. If you think about the roamers as well, the Matilda is still there. But Alpha Suyo, it has been taken out. But so far, you can work with a premium fighter as well. If you want to go for a fighter jungler, you can bring out the Roger as well. So for TSV, they have a lot of choices available. And they choose to open up with the Hylos. Very strong pick indeed. But let's see how Rift Esports just replies to that. Because Hylos, yes, you can shut him down easily, but you have to figure out where he's going first. Like, if he's the EXP laner, usually we see teams play the Glue, usually we see teams play the CC. If he is on that roamer, you see usually more disrupt, where a Kaja comes out, where that singular target jaw hit potentially, and the Cho as well. So these three might be coming out from Rift Esports, but of course they can go for the flex pick still.
I like the fact that they stole Hylos straight away from Rift Esports. The fact that they know how they don't want to actually allow it. But on the side of Rift Esports, they ended up stealing Gatot Kaca from Team SV, and they also bring back Eves in their hands.
Yeah, I mean, the Eve looks like Melon is really comfortable on Eve so far, but it's not the only hero that he plays, right? So yeah, there's a lot more tricks up their sleeve. They're potentially not trying to show too many things in this current current best of 3 series. But yes, Eve Gato Kacha, very strong combo. But how does Team SV respond to this team fight? Whether they can shred through the defenses of the Gato Kacha, where we saw Rift Esports, they did bring out the Nathan. The gold laner would be very important here for Team SV.
Agree, and they got Harith again on the side of Team SB. There's as well as Phoveus been stolen away from Reef Esport. I think that Team SV has got it going down, saying that they're not going to allow any of the potential been put out by Reef Esport after their success, and they're going to actually use it against Team Reef Esports.
Yeah, with the Khalid banned out, that Phoveus pick is something that I should have seen coming, right? Because the two premium EXP laners, the Phoveus and the Khalid, you pick either one, but now that one is gone, you pick up the other, and Team SV, they just picked up one for themselves. And TSV, they have a very strong opening draft, but Rift Esports, they can potentially try and stop the Harith as much as possible. If they want, they can still pick up the Lunox for Rift Esports to destroy that Harith, make sure that he does not have a team fight going. But they go for the Matilda instead. Matilda, very strong at repositioning the Eve. The Gato Kacha can potentially be saved as well with the Avatar of the Guardian going in. So yeah, very just strong overall pick, but not showing their game plan yet.
Okay, interesting coming in from Reef Esports. Now we're looking for to see, Angela will be banned off for the next one from the side of Reef Esports. I think the possibility of the mobility-wise to be put out to Team SV is very tricky. So I like the fact that they take out Angela, because you already have Harvith as well as Phoveus, a lot of the potential of giving more support for themselves. They don't want Team SV to have much potential of defense mechanism, or even to have a choke on the side of Reef Esports itself.
Yeah, totally agree. I mean, Angela would have been a very strong pick, especially with the shields from the Harith coming through. So yeah, really strong pick. But the TSV, I mean, on the other hand, they do take out the Bane, which is kind of niche pick, I feel. It is very strong. It is very strong. Rift Esports are known for doing that, known for picking the Bane, but not on Kev Swan. They're known for picking the Bane on Canonio, and he's not playing today, so I might have done the homework on the wrong player today, TSV.
Okay, interesting. I mean, again, this is a questionable choices made from Team SV. There's a possibility the coach knows the players coming out from Rift Esports, but then Ling being banned as well. This is going to be a bit tough from the side of Team SV, but we do see Nathan being banned. So Rift Esports, they have a lot of things to be going out right here for their own team.
Yeah, I mean, potentially if you want to kill two birds with one stone, you can pick up the Moskov as your gold laner. Of course, they go for that Nolan as well. Yeah, you can pick up the Moskov to just deal with the Harif. It's still a very even 1v1 situation without the help of the roamer, and you can join the team fight whenever with the Spear of Destruction. So Rift Esports, they still have a lot of choices in terms of the gold laners. But meanwhile, for Team SV, they have yet to pick up their mage, right? To deal with the Eve, I mean, usually we see the Zhu Xin being used, but Zhu Xin is being banned out, so you will not have that available. The Aurora is really strong choice as well. We see teams pick up that Vexana as well, so potentially they can go for that Vexana or the Aurora if they choose to do so.
Agree, definitely. I mean, if you have someone to car controls, and we are seeing Vexana been picked up, as well as Fanny. Okay, all right. I like the fact that they already, again, Team SV wise, when it comes to drafting, I have to admit, this is, you've already talked about even from the first drafting itself, they love to cover every single ground. It just, when it comes to persecution, this is a question if they be able to pull through. I mean, you already have Aizen with Ling previously, but they didn't manage to pull through now. Can Fanny be able to change things around for Team SV?
The good thing about Rift Esports, right? I mean, about Team SV, right? Is that Rift Esports does not have any form of lockdown right now. That Fanny pick completely threw them off guard. They have nothing to catch the Fanny. So it's a very strong pick coming out from TSV. In terms of draft itself, very solid, and they do go for the Lunox. Lunox is a very strong pick for survivability and trying to fight the Harif, right? You win, you instantly win the Harif in terms of a 1v1 matchup. You have the power of Order Brilliance to avoid the Fanny, but it's not the end-all solution for Rift Esports. I mean, Fanny itself, it's a very hard hero to catch, and they don't have any lockdown, so it's potentially a free game for TSV if they play their cards right.
Agree, definitely. If they are a different team that been put out, because again, remembering back on the first draft itself, it was perfect, but they were a little bit too scared to pull through. Maybe this time around, if they have a really good drafting already, if they can pull through with a really good persecution, there's a possibility it's going to go into 1-1. I'm actually, in my favor right now, I'm already seeing side on Team SV. Previously, it was Rift because it was a little bit unorthodox, but there was a lot of potential to be put out because they were a little bit more aggressive side, and they were able to pull through. Even when the team fights comes in, they were they were really good in timing off whether or not they want to actually pull out from the fight first of all, or they want to actually go in. So coming in right here is going to be game number 2 for the team of SV versus Rift Esports.
Yeah, will they tie things up, or will Rift Esports run away with the 2-0 in that map advantage?
Let's see. Somehow, we do see that Melon, as well as Lucian Huty, trying to find a way. I mean, the fact that we have Vexana as well as Hylos on the mid, I do think that I'm in the favor of their teams because you have a lot of the crowd control on the side. So this is something that Team SV, they got to actually really potentially do a great wonder for their persecutions. Now, going in the fight already, we do see on the mid lane a lot of damage, but Denzo a little bit too jittery to a point that almost been taken out, and with a Rebellion managed to come in for the backup. At least Team SV is safe for a while.
And the Fanny already going in with the execution. Malin finds himself extremely low here. Bear, though, might be able to catch Aizen here.
Oh, coming in, but nope, it doesn't. And Wukong on the other note, try to actually shut them down, probably slow things for Team SV, as well as it seems that Team Rift Esport managed to actually pull through. I mean, despite the fact that there was an engagement, there was a point that Aizen was trying to come in, still, it was not enough to go in for that first blood.
Yeah, I mean, and this is where the snowball effect of the Fanny is very important, right? If you manage to get a kill, like right now, he does manage to go through, but not able to find a kill, but does find a finish.
finally comes in, takes down Lucian Cutie first. That's the first blood for Fanny. And that's not going to be a good opening coming in from Team Rift. But as they try to actually pull the turtle, Wukong back things off, giving a lot of damage to Bear. Bear pulling away from the fight itself. As Melon coming in, they're trying to actually make sure at least this turtle will be open up for themselves.
Yeah, Rift Esports, I mean, with that Nolan, you expect some form of early game advantage, right? You want to get that early game advantage, that snowball going with that Nolan as much as possible. But we have not seen Kev Swan fight in that early game as much as he can, because he knows that there's no lockdown for Fanny, so there's no damage being dealt to him. So Rift Esports, they will have a lot to deal with. Their RWM has to be used at that perfect timing to catch that split second where Fanny is available to be caught.
Contest coming in from the side of Total. Aizen will be the first one to take down, but at the same time, pushing into the side of Melon, but they don't really go in for the fight just yet. They know for a fact they already got their win. That's a really good composition on the side of Team SV, to a point that no matter how much they try to actually contest that Turtle, it's still on the side of Team SV.
Oh, Kev Swan trying to find the fracture on the sad boy. Not able to do so, but in that back line, Wukong.
Wukong comes in for the backup, but at the same time, he's having a lot of damage going in. But it seems that Team Respawn saying that they're not going to be too tricky or even greedy to go in for a fight just yet. But here, Aizen pulling to the side of Melon. He goes in, shuts down Melon instantly. Lucian Cutie could not do anything now. Kev Swan find a way, try to actually bait, but he's a little bit too late, as Aiden already done a lot of damage.
Yeah, and that Fanny pick really proving to pay dividends for Team SV right now. Rift Esports, they're struggling to find an answer. I mean, what do you do? Throw a circling eagle in, throw anything in. There's no lockdown for the Fanny. He's still gonna be able to get that cable away, and there is really nothing present for the side of Rift Esports. They have to capitalize on the other members, right? You have to take out Rebellion, you have to take out Sad Boy, but all they have to do is play safe. And TSV, they're doing a great job of trying to funnel the farm onto Aizen as much as possible. Meanwhile, not giving their own lives in vain. It's still a 2-0 scoreline. As long as TSV, they try to keep it as even as possible, they will eventually win in that mid to late game stages.
And the fact that they are very aggressive now, this is where we see Team SV finally pulling through. 3-1 coming in right now, and Lucian Cutie trying to actually neutralize. It's going to be the fight 2v1. Sad Boy managed to pull through away without any casualty. That was a really good move coming in from Sad Boy. But here, Wukong comes in. He goes in for a push, but it's not going to do anything as they stun in straight Bear, and they managed to actually pull away with no sort of fights pulled through. But here on out, Team SV, it seems that they want to actually contest for the next turtle. As Team Rift, it's going to be Lucian Cutie who goes in for a fight as we go Wukong. But Rebellion managed to steal away. Denzel takes down Kev Swan, and now they're going to push in Sad Boy coming in for Bear as well as Lucian Cutie. But Lucian Cutie managed to go in for a fight. But as we progress, Denzel takes down Melon, and FFM managed to trade it off with Aizen, also managed to steal away the tower as well. But Denzel getting another double kill, and with another taken down by Lunox, now it's going to be a maniac for Denzel, as Team SV looking better than ever.
7-1, Team SV with the first maniac of SPS, right? You don't expect that from a Vexana, because in this stage of the game, the Vexana should have been chased down by Kev Swan. But TSV, they did an extremely good job of target prioritization. Once the jungler is out, then Denzo, he can come in with that Nether Blast free of charge. But Aizen in a bit of trouble, but still, once again, they have an extreme lack of lockdown for Rift Esports. They cannot go for this lockdown plays. They cannot go for the pickoffs. All they can rely on is that 5-on-5 fights. And Kev Swan, he cannot be the first one in. It's going to be Bear or Lucian Cutie. They have to initiate. I don't really like the play from Rift Esports where they're sending Kev Swan in now.
Okay, this is it. We do see Team Rift Esports will try to steal away the buff first of all, but it's going to give them at least some of the shots for a while. But still, it's not enough to pull through, as team fights wise, it still looks very strong on the side of Team SV. Now, they know for a fact that they've already lost some of their towers, so this is a really potential from the side of Team SV to pull through for the next turtle. It's going to be the third turtle coming up next, and Team Rift Esports is looking very, very weak.
Yeah, Rift Esports, in terms of that farm, not too far behind, right? 3K, 7 minutes, but still, they lack the lockdown to deal with the Fanny, but they require the farm to do so. So Rift Esports, if they can get a 5-on-5 team fight going where Kev Swan is not dying, FMM is not dying, they might be able to pull through. Their circling eagle has to find that perfect mark onto Denzo. If he's taken out of the fight, the Avatar Guardian lands, Rift Esports, they have that perfect dream team fight going. You have to take out that Vexana, you have to take out that Harry.
Okay, let's see if they can do it. Bear pushing on Wukong first of all. It's not gonna be the real target that he needed to pull through. Sad Boy as well as Denzo looking for a way. It seems that Denzo already put out a target to the side of Melon. It seems that Melon had to pull away, and Team SV doing a really good strategy-wise on the side of target. It seems that they do some damage right here, and Team SV going in for the pull right now as Wukong comes in. They books in for the side of Rebellion, but Rebellion already putting out a start for the side of Melon. Melon having a lot of damage right here. He's going out right here, but Melon managed to actually survive it out, and as he pull away from the fight, Team SV did manage to pull in to the side of that turtle, but now pushing into the side of Melon, just close enough to shut down, but Rebellion a little bit too overextension to a point. He was taken out, but still it's a win for Team SV with the currency-wise in their hands.
Yeah, Rebellion was doing the dirty work, right? Trying to keep the team away while Team SV was taking that turtle in that front ground. In the back lines, Rift Esports, they were unable to lock him down. And it's just so scary to watch because it's only a Phoveus, right? It's only the Phoveus in the back line. He's able to chase away 3 members. He was 1v3 at the point. And Fanny is jumping.
No, shuts down straight away to Kev's one. And that was a really beautiful, perfect shot coming in. And now, Sad Boy looking for a way to the side of FMM as well as Lucian QT. They know they need to actually pull in. Clears out all the minions straight away from the mid. And now pushing on to the 4 remaining players as Rebellion will be the one to open out straight away, coming off for the side of Melon. Melon having a lot of damage. He pulls away as fast as possible before becoming another casualty in the hands of Team SV. Too close to tell, but yet it was a really good composure coming in from Team SV.
Yeah, I mean, Rift Esports, they struggling to find an answer right now. They try to throw in everything with the rule of manipulation. They still could not get an advantage going. That was their 5-on-5 team fight, right? And they have no form of viability for pickoff. Lucian Cutie, I mean, that circling eagle needs to find a crazy mark. But Denzo's not going to show himself there. He's trying right now. He's trying as the God of Kacha, and we see a team fight.
Finally comes in for the fight. FFM having a lot of damage, but doesn't manage to pull through. Now Bear will be the one to having a lot of damage. He pulls away from those fights, and as we see, Exit comes in. Wukong takes on Melon with the help, and as if to pull in, Bear had to back things off. Aizen making a lot of damage, giving a good help to the side of Team SV to a point that Team Rift Esports could not respond back.
And this is what I was looking forward to see out of the KH region, right? That brawl mentality. Like, if you're gonna go in for that team fight, yeah, I'm jumping your back lines. And Aizen tried to do that multiple times on the link, but it shows that now his Fanny is performing to the highest degree. Already a 5K gold advantage going in from Team SV. This is a bit too far gone now. They will secure this Lord for free. And Rift Esports, they have no late game assurance, right? Only Nolan, who might be able to get that 6th item and burst things down, but that Lunox is not going to be enough. Glorious Pathway already being used. You're trying to force them away from this purple buff here. TSV, they secure so much of the map for themselves. And Aizen, he has a Rose Gold Meteor already.
I mean, they cover up everything. They got 3 turtles. They already got the Lord in their hands as well. Marching in already to the bottom lane. And now gonna go in for the scrimmage for the mid lane, and he's going in for a fight. Danzo will be the first to be taken out, but Melon finally pulls in, and there's gonna be an opening. FMN takes down Wukong as well, and shuts down Rebellion in an instant. But here Aizen coming in for the pull, but doesn't manage to pull anyone from Team Rift Esports. A little bit late, but finally Rift Esports find their answers.
And that was just perfect timing coming up from Rift Esports. They identified that Team SV, they were pushing at the worst possible timing, where Fanny was at the top lane and they had no lane priority. All they had to do was cut the creeps out. But there we have extended team fight. Aizen might be coming in from the back, but Sad Boy gets taken out.
Cyborg takes it out. Now Bear trying to push into Aizen. Doesn't manage to get the lock. I mean, Aizen a little bit slippery here. Trying to find a way to actually fight off with those who are still surviving. The Wukong comes back alive and he's trying to find an opening. If they can actually find an opening, that could be the case here for Team SV. They know for a fact that Lord has already been shut down. Great respawn-wise from Brief Esport, but still, this is still a game for Team SV to win.
Yeah, that was a mistake coming out from Team SV to try and push that secondary tier turret. They underestimated the power of the real world manipulation, the ultimate coming in from Melon. Eve still has that control, right? He still has that small zone of control, and if you all walk into it, you're gonna die. So Team SV, I mean, I know you like to fight, but don't fight in that enemy turret.
Okay, let's see. So far right now, the first lot was taken out already. They still have the second lot, and team looking away to actually go in for the scratch on the top lane. Spotted out, first of all, Aizen, pulling in straight away, but he's going to be a little bit slippery, and Wukong finds an opening, goes straight away for a fight, shuts down Lucian a little bit too slow, but he's going to be the first one to take down, takes on FFM as well. Now looking for Bear. Now it seems that KF1 managed to pull through, but Bear will be the next victim by Denzo himself, and now leaving only 2 players for Team Reef Esports.
And that's the problem with Rift Esports lineup, where your damage dealers need to be all the way in front, right? FMM, he has a very short range where he's able to deal damage. And Team SV, they capitalize on that because you're going to jump into the Zaymid Sports. You're going to jump into that Eternal Guard where you're going to get controlled. Even if you have that Power Order Brilliance, it's only for a split second. It's not going to be enough to save you from the team fight with that flicker even. So TSV, they capitalize on that really well. Now, with the Enhanced Lord spawning on the map, they will be able to secure this for themselves. And Rift Esports, they will either have to fight or hold.
Let's see. Seems that Bear and Lucian QT goes into front side. They're not going to allow them to steal that lot, first of all. Rebellions, if you find a way, as we do know for a fact that Aizen is just on the back line, waiting for the right time, getting the info that he needs, first of all. And Rebellion goes in for 1v1 with Bear, first of all. Melon comes in. It's going to be Aizen who spot them out from a distance, looking for a way to shut down Team Reef. Well, they got to be careful here. Now comes in for a fight with KF1, first of all. KF1 having a lot of damage, but at the same time, they pull in. Aizen having a lot of damage. Great support comes in, and it seems to be Sackboy shuts down Bear, first of all. Even though they managed to shut down Aizen's attempt for the backline, it is going to be Sackboy who goes in for the front.
Yeah, so many resources being used for just Aizen alone. Then Bear, he had to fight the front line so that the rest of the team SV could not collapse onto Rift Esports. But now they might have a slight timing window here if they choose to go and fight. But they cannot see the team that the map vision that we see. Of course, they see just the fog of war, and Melon would be choosing to just provide some vision here, and they just lost that timing window that they had.
Let's see, going in for the Lord, Wukong. Gonna actually bring into the side of Melon as well as KS1. It's gonna be an opening. Slot has already been slain, and as FMM shuts down Wukong, coming in, Aizen will be trying to push into the side of Bear. Bear having a lot of damage already. He's going to be the first one to be attacked by Denzo as they go in for the progression. Unfortunately, they pull away from the team fight, but FMM as well as UTZ not gonna actually pull through because they wanna actually continue on, but Team, as we say, it's done deal already. They don't need to do any much more further. Just gonna wait for the lot to march in, as they only need that for them to pull into the baseline of Team Rift Esports.
Yeah, Rift Esports, they will have to do the same thing again, where they have that lane priority going well for them, and Aizen needs to clear out that lane. And then they can potentially take the team fight. But now the Enhanced Ward is up, and Aizen is going in.
Aizen going in for a fight with Lucian does have a lot of damage, but it's not going to be enough though. He's not going to go in. Spotted out Lucian. Oh, but Lucian managed to pull through. The Lord was already being taken out a little bit too slow for the fight. Instead, they could have actually utilized it, but in the end, Team Rip Esport, a great defense-wise, and now they have a reset that they need for their team.
Yeah, Rift Esports, they do a very good job of clearing that Lord, knowing that TSV, they do not go for that macro, right? They do not go for that 3-lane priority when they go in. And that's the first mistake that TSV made, where Rift Esports, they won the team fight. Because the rest of the lanes, they were not shoving in the same time. And this is what KH Meta struggles a bit with, like that lane priority, where the rest of the lanes, they do not need to worry about it. So Rift Esports, they can cast their eyes on just that that singular lane alone. And this is what separates one of the top few teams from maybe just a good team. Like the best team from the good teams always get separated by this level of macro. And Rift Esports, they've been using it to their advantage. So far, even though it's 14-7, they've been keeping the net worth equal. But Teamfight's still not gonna go their way because their lineup isn't just it. I don't think it's it, man.
Agree, definitely. I mean, 14-7. I mean, the great fights already been put out by Team SV itself. But here on out, they're gonna actually try to steal away the buff from the side of Team Reef Esports. Again, this is just pretty much a cover for Team SV, controlling each and every single angle of the map itself for themselves. Team Reef Esports, I know they have been doing well, but they're pushing out to the Aizen. Aizen getting a lot of damage. He pulls away from fight, but at the same time, Bear having a lot of damage, and they managed to back things up. By the same here, Lucian Cutie trying to pull into the side of Wukong, doesn't manage to pull through, and in the end, that scrimmage ended off before Team Reef Esports could do anything.
Oh, and Rift Esports, they've been trying to catch Aizen, right? That taunt coming through from Bear, being used as the only control tool, not being able to catch Aizen, that's just bad news because he still has that immortality up. And not getting rid of that immortality, this Lord fight is all for SV here. As Rift Esports, they will have to deal with the pressure that Aizen brings.
Kevzwan already been spotted out. 1v1. Aizen comes through. Kevzwan, gotta be careful here. Pushing in, but Aizen doesn't go in for a fight just yet, leaving Kevzwan just a little bit. But we do have a scene fight right here at the Lord side. Sad Boy coming in for a side. Wukong also pulls through to Bear. Bear will be taken out first of all, as Lucian Kuti looking for a way out. No, unfortunately, couldn't manage to do so. And Aizen, it seems that Kevzwan had to actually join in. Rebellion, unfortunately, still surviving out. Gonna go in. Lucian Kuti spotted it out, and Wukong almost been taken out. But Kevzwan managed to take him down as well. And now it's gonna be one more fight to be put out as they pull into the side of Denzo. Kevzwan and Sad Boy also managed to shut down Melon. There's going to be a trade, but Kevzwan doesn't manage to go in. He did! He shuts down Sandboy, and this is going to be a good win from Reef Esports, and they need to get this lot immediately before Aizen comes in. But Aizen pushing into FMM. FMM having a lot of damage here. He still survived it out, but no, one more shot to go. Aizen didn't manage to survive.
Yes.
And shuts down full through from FMM and Team Reef Esports.
Oh my god, Rift Esports, they might have done it here. The rest of Team SV, they're nowhere near spawning.
No! Wow! As we see it right here, the one who secured their